Hi, this is Margo. This is Sunday, late afternoon, June the 28th, 2020, and I'm not feeling very well at all. I barely slept last night. It's a long story, but I want to do a short methane update, my weekly report for the Noaa data, and we have 2 new days worth of CAMS data to show. And that's all I'm going to do. So this will be a short show for that. So we're going to start with the Noaa methane data. This is from yesterday, the 27th, for the 477/469 millibar reading. For the Met-1 satellite in the morning, the mean or average was 1,891 parts per billion, and the high reading was 2365. So that's in the pink range, between 2,000 and 2365 parts per billion. In the afternoon, the mean was 1891, and the high reading was 2411. On the Met-2 satellite in the morning, the mean was 1872, and the high reading was 2310. And in the afternoon, the mean was 1871, and the high reading was 2274. Here's the chart and the spreadsheet that we're working off of. Here are the numbers that I just called off for the 27th, added up and divided by 4. I need to check something, make sure that's right. 1872, yeah, that's right, and 1871. Just double checking. And divided by 4, and we come up with an average of 1881.25 parts per billion. So that shows an increase from the week before of 2.75 parts per billion. And here it is on the chart over here where it's going up. And the week before that it went up 1 part per billion. That was right here. So here's the 2.75. So it looks like we are going back up now. So the change since around March 1st or February 29th of this year has been an increase of 4.75 parts per billion. And we've showed an overall increase since March the 1st of 2019, when I first started tracking this, of 24 parts per billion. Now down here is where I'm tracking it on a daily basis. So here's Saturday the 20th of 1878.50. Then it went down 1.25 on Sunday. And then on Monday it went up 1.25. On Tuesday it went up 1. Wednesday it went up 0.25. Thursday it went up 1.75. Friday was no change. And then Saturday it went down 0.25 parts per billion. So Thursday and Friday it was up 3 parts per billion from Saturday. So we're showing, like I said, an overall increase over the week of 2.75 parts per billion. And since the 1st of February, we've seen an increase of 18 parts per billion. So it's still going up, and we're seeing record heat. There are lots of articles out there. Just look on Sam Carana and look on Twitter for Zach Labe, and you'll get all the latest articles and things like that. I will try and do a sea ice update sometime this week and show you that. But I have it ready for today, but I just don't have the energy to do all of that. So we have 2 days worth of CAMS data that I've not reported on. We have Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th. So we're going to go through both of them. So seeing that we've been through an increase this week, so we're just going to start on Saturday with the Arctic view and surface level. Here's the color ledger. This is the correct color ledger for surface level. If you see a different color ledger down here, more than likely the person who was looking at these charts changed from one of these levels to surface level and they did not refresh to get the correct color ledger. Remember, you have to refresh the page, otherwise the old color ledger carries over when you change levels. Just wanted everyone to be aware of that. So here's where it left off on Friday, and we're seeing this area around Severnae Zemlya really expanding, and very high releases in this dark zone, the darkest zone, like this dark brown red color, which is between 2160 and 10,000 parts per billion. So that's a range. So in the reds start at 2100 parts per billion. So you're going to see that brown red zone. I call it black, but you're going to see this all around here in the Kara Sea and the Lactev Sea. And we're going to see an overall background color higher. We're seeing like the yellow and the chartreuse colors, background colors getting higher as well. So let's run this and then we can talk about it as it runs. So the data is for Friday. The forecast period is Sunday through Wednesday. But since we have the data for Sunday, we'll focus on that in a moment here. We're seeing the north coast of Alaska coming back to life, and it's coming back in the center of this state there. We're still seeing high release off the UK and out of the North Sea. Norway and the Scandinavian countries and northwest Russia are filling back up. Russia is filling back up with methane. Now this area over here is where they've got all those wildfires. So they've got sulfur dioxide coming up there too, and carbon monoxide and all the noxious gases and lots of smoke and all of that. So we are seeing, especially in the forecast period, we are seeing this coming back to life. See, starting about on Monday, huge releases, and then by Wednesday. And the pattern seems to be about Tuesday or Wednesday every week. They've got a huge release there. And we're seeing high releases coming all across Canada and parts of United States, North America there. So while we're on the Arctic level, let's go ahead and look at Sunday. So the data is for Sunday, and the forecast runs Monday through Thursday. So we are seeing high releases on Sunday. Look at what it does on Wednesday. It's really getting a huge release there. See on Wednesday, all around there. So I really don't know what the source of that methane is. My speculation is that it's some kind of nuclear material that got buried at the bottom of the ocean during the Cold War when Russia was experimenting so much with nuclear weapons on Novaya Zemlya and this whole area around here, that I think it's some kind of nuclear waste that has eaten down into the seafloor and into the sediment, and the clathrates are melting and releasing methane. That's my theory. In which case, there's nothing we can do about it. We're also seeing lighter colors now move out over the Kara Sea. So we're seeing higher areas, higher releases all the way across. We're seeing it move out from Alaska. We're seeing lighter green all across the Arctic. It's been raining across the Arctic all week as well. And also up here in northern Russia. And they've still got that heat wave going on up here. So with all of that, the sea ice is melting really quickly. Alright, so there's that. Now let's go back to Saturday, and we'll hop down to the North Pole view, and we'll see the northern hemisphere here. This problem area in the northern Atlantic here off the coast of Canada is coming back to life. See that? Very concentrated there. See, look at coming up from the North Sea and around. We've got waves. It's moving out in waves. Here's the Persian Gulf. Here's India. Here's China. And here's Korea. We're starting to see it spread out off of the coastline back into the ocean. That had been constrained, but now that it's heating back up into summertime, we're starting to see, with the higher temperatures, we're going to see more methane releasing as well. Okay, now we're on Sunday for the North Pole view. Look at this east coast of North America, mainly the United States, northeast. That's awful. Still coming out really high in Southern California there. There's that. Go back to Saturday. Now we'll go to the global view. Now we're still seeing releases from Antarctica, and it's in the winter time there, and it's totally dark. We can see it coming up on this western peninsula and on this eastern coast of the Weddell Sea and over here on this coastline, and it's streaming down from South America and from Australia as well. Okay, now let's look at Sunday for the global view. Watch this, see it coming down? That's a wave moving down from Australia. Look at that. It's really popping up now here in the North Atlantic. Watch here. Look at that. It's huge. So there's a methane pocket there. Looks like that's coming up. We'll go back to Saturday and show 500 HPA. Yeah, see, it's really high down here over China and eastern India, and red all the way across. We're still seeing a lot of orange in this northern latitude. Now let's look at Sunday. Well, just eyeballing it, it looks worse to me, but it's hard to say without seeing the Noaa data. It's about the same. We're seeing more orangey area, but this looks darker here. India looks worse here. Now we'll go back to Saturday. Go to total column. Okay, we can see it really spreading out over China, India. Here's the Persian Gulf, and we've got a lot of red-orange areas here across Africa and Saudi Arabia. So that's the next color from red-orange is red. Now let's look at Sunday. Now just see, it's still showing this color ledger because I've not refreshed from changing levels. That's still showing surface level chart. So when I refresh, this is the color ledger for total column. So this dark brown is between 1920 and 2320 parts per billion. That dark brown. Well, while I'm here, just gonna show a couple of more things. Oh, this is the African dust cloud from today. This is the second wave. It's dissipated. The first wave has pretty much spread out and dissipated and over the southern US. And this is the second wave, and it looks like we've got a third wave coming. This is from CAMS. Okay, I'll show this much on the sea ice. This is the Navy model. This is for today, the 28th. This is the sea ice thickness, Arctic view, and here's east and west and north and south. So the North Pole is right here in the center. So it's melted dramatically this last week, and we can see that it's a lot of it is in the purple, which is 1 meter or less in thickness. The blue, the dark blue, is about 1.25 meters, and so on. So this thickest part is left here, just around the Canadian islands and the northern coast of Greenland. It's getting thin here in the Beaufort Sea. Now last year this had all melted by this time, but the pattern is a little bit different this year. So here's the 30-day animated GIF. It goes back 3 weeks for the data, and then it forecasts out a week from now to July the 5th. So it goes from, looks like June the 6th to July the 5th. That's where it's forecasting. So, let's see. Let's go back. I paused it. So here it is for today. So let's just go slow. And we can see what it's forecasting to happen in the next 7 days. So we're seeing it melting further here, getting thinner, and these areas are practically ice-free. There's the July 2nd, here's the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. So by the 5th, look how this is totally thinned out down here in the Beaufort Sea. And so we'll run it now. Let's see. Let's zoom in and run it. Look at the difference. So 3 weeks ago, it was all aqua up in here. So look at the rate of the decline. That's unbelievable. I'm just sitting here. I look at this every day, at the model every day, and see it shrinking, and see by the end of the forecast period, which is a week from now, see they've got almost no green and almost no yellow and almost no red. So the green is like 3 meters thick, and so three and up. So this is shocking to me. The Baffin Bay is melting quickly. Here's the Hudson Bay down here. Right down here, this is the Hudson Bay. So there we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off and get this uploaded, and I hope everyone is staying safe and is doing as well as possible. And I do believe we are in the end times, and If you haven't gotten right with God and Jesus, you need to before it's too late. You need to while you still have a chance. So I'm praying for everybody. So God bless you. Go in peace, and I will talk to you soon. Good night.